I was at the Arcane finale last week. Here's me and Emily, and I think this person's name is also Emily. We met them for 5 seconds in Cyan and Pobelter. Wow, look at us. We're all hanging out. Arcane premiere. This is what it looks like from the top. And then there's me begging them to put Vi in the game, please. Corporate wants you to find the difference between these two images. I'll wait. Part of this was I got to go play a little bit of 2xKO. I got to play Jinx. I also got to mess with some other stuff in the game that is not finished. You guys can probably guess the game is not the same as the Alpha Lab. There was an assist I called. I was like, oh, how do I combo off this? And a developer was like, oh, you can do this. Actually, I don't think I can because it doesn't hard knockdown. And then they were like, oh, well, that hard knockdown yesterday. Tomorrow it will hard knockdown again. So once it does, this combo will work. A lot of things are in flux, right? So the game's not finished is what I'm telling you. What I saw and played is in my eyeballs and brain, but the details of it I wouldn't worry about because it's like not going to be the same as like the video game will be when we get to play it in the next test. We could talk a little bit about Jinx. The character is a zoner. She's a demon with OTGs, I think. And then the other thing is her supers let her act after. She's got a minigun. This is very annoying. She can use this in the air and the ground. She can combo off it. This thing was really cool. She can put out little doodads. That was also like an assist in this version. I thought that was like the thing about her that was the coolest to me. The rocket is really cool. You can jump and angle it at like some really gnarly angles. We were comparing and talking about Cyborg Air Fireball in Injustice. Movement, I think you noticed it in this trailer. Her movement is not super fast. I think they were afraid because she just fills the screen with bullshit. There was a lot of ways to interact with these little guys. You can kick them a bunch of different angles. You can ignite them. Even her launcher, she doesn't jump cancel her launcher to combo you. You can like rocket jump up and then afterwards you combo in the air with like minigun or rocket or jump normals or whatever. This super too, like the super looks cool. You guys have all seen this now, I'm sure, right? It launches like the big ass fucking bomb. When it's on the screen, she can move and stuff. And not only that, but you can go past it. Can you win wall it? That's a great question. I have no idea. I didn't try. Is it this combo where they show it? Where yeah, she spikes you and then she has rocket on the way down and then rocket again and then this. She can help you pick up off combos that are like really weird otherwise, where let's say you jump air throw or you ground throw. You can like tag into her and then just go foomp and then like shoot the rocket on the ground, OTG, tag back to your other character, do a combo. You can like use Jinx like she's a Wesker. Same kind of idea for this combo here. I was doing something where you would do Jinx like OTG and then tag back to Echo, and then while the OTG is hitting, charge up this and then go boom. They didn't show it in here, but in the way that I messed with her, she had like a god bullet, basically. I don't know how else to describe it, but she had like a projectile that beat all other projectiles. She's sitting there just putting shit on the screen, and then you jump over the zoner and you're like, I made it, and then she tags into her assist, then she air throws your jump, tag back into Jinx, OTG, and just blast them. This is not maybe the character archetype that I tend to play, I think, but definitely the character archetype that I always want to play on the side. And I think you guys all know that when I saw the gameplay changes update, I was like a little concerned. This version of the game, I only played it a short time, but I think has potential to be more fun than the last version. It's all in flux. There were certain things that I saw that I was like, oh, this is really cool. And they're like, yeah, this is new as of X amount of time ago. And I was like, okay. I always talk about this where like I fought Idol before he came out in KI when they were like going over some of the changes and stuff. And Idol jumped at me and he just like T-posed. And if you guys don't know, his heavy punch was like the greatest air normal of any video game of all time. So I was fighting that and I was like trying to anti-air and I was like, man, I can't see the hitbox or hurtbox. I don't know what he's swinging. It's so hard to anti-air this. And they're like, oh yeah, it hasn't modeled yet. Once it's modeled, it'll be easier to anti-air. And then he came out and it was like the greatest jump normal of all time. And I didn't feel so bad because I was like, oh, even when it has a model, it turns out it was hard to anti-air it. So it's not my fault. I was like, all right. As always, when you're playing video games, ones that are not finished, you're playing it kind of squinting. You're just like, I can imagine that this has effects and like a hitbox and like all that kind of stuff. But yeah, she's really cool. It was fun to get to play the game again. And like, listen, you're like, this guy Sajam's a tester. He played the game for 4,000 hours. I got to play it for like a few hours at the office. My early time with the video game is to make tutorials and help you guys learn the game and show you stuff. I'm not going to be entering TNS in the open the next test and be like, guys, try that shit on my Jinx and like trying to win. Like, listen, instead I'll be making like, here's how you play Jinx when she comes out. Was she low HP? That's a good question. I'm actually not sure. The game has changed a lot, so I have no idea about the combo damage value of literally anything. Does she have a meter? She has like a little zap move, like a Sub-Zero freeze in Mortal Kombat. When you get shot by it, like, first of all, it goes through everything. And when you get shot by it, your character's like bzzz for like 20 seconds. Her rocket assist is great. Is it the only projectile assist like that goes the whole screen? Like Echo Timewinder doesn't go the whole screen, right? Light, medium, heavy with Echo, roll through them, call her assist, and then the rocket hits. That kind of stuff is really good too, because it's not instant. There's a little bit of travel time. The biggest thing about her that I didn't expect, kind of a sleeper hit, was the chomper, the trap. You just forget about it. You know, like you're calling assists, things are happening, you're tagging, lots of action, and then you're just like chomp in your leg and you're like, oh fuck. And that also keeps you there for a while. On hit or block, you're stuck. Literally RE4, yeah, the Testament tree, it's the same kind of idea. You're just chilling and all of a sudden you just like fall on it and you're like, oh no, I didn't even notice. Her problem to me, what it seems like, is her bad movement backwards. It's kind of hard for her to like wiggle away from someone without good defense. Like you need to have good anti-airs, good air throws. She's not very good up close. When she doesn't have agency, which I think makes a lot of sense for a character like this, right? But I hear Jinx's theme. I think so. I feel bad. You know, I'm homies with the audio director on the game. Every time I play this fucking game, I don't hear shit, bro. It's because I'm in a loud room, no headphones, monitors playing stuff at me. I can't hear shit. So every time it's over, I talk to him and he's like, oh man, how's the audio? And I'm like, I don't know. But I did actually hear some of her audio. I don't remember what her theme sounds like, but I do know that her audio and her stuff sounds cool. I talked to Marlon Pie about her. He wasn't there. I didn't see him. I talked to some other people though. Apology Man was like, oh, try this Yasuo combo. This is like the forbidden Yasuo combo. I was like, wow, this combo is like super hard and like really cool, right? And then he's like, yeah. Marlon Pie just says something like, there's a Yasuo combo out there that's like so forbidden and diabolical. No one has seen it. And then Apology Man sends him combos. He's like, is it this one? And then he just says like, beautiful, exquisite. And then he's like, is this it? He's like, no. The combo he had me on was some made up bullshit, bro. It was so hard. You guys are so funny. You're like, oh, Jinx focus. Hey, ad streamer, can you tell me everything that you saw that's in the build that's a work in progress that you're not allowed to talk about? I'm like, no. No tact, not even trying to be sneaky about it. You guys are just like, ad streamer, tell me everything you saw. There's a test in spring. My guess is they're aiming for around a summer fall release. And it's more likely to me that Evo is like the time that makes the most sense, right? Like whether they're going to try to sneak it in right before Evo in like a May, June, July thing, or it's going to be after Evo. After Evo is the time where lots of stuff comes out. People are like, oh, don't you like our trailer of our sick character? You can play him tomorrow or like next week, or you know what I mean? Like it's the time to do that stuff. So I think she'll be really fun if you like zoning, if you like setup stuff, when you guys get a chance to play it. I don't want to color your feedback too much and then you're like, I heard the streamer say that it was really fun, so it's really fun. You know, like I'll just tell you that me, for my money, I had a lot of fun playing. My first time fighting her was Unconquerable said, I like to call this team the grind. And he locked in Jinx, Ahri, 2x assist. He did minigun, called Ahri assist, run up minigun, called second Ahri assist, run up minigun, and he was shooting me to death. I was like, oh shit. Well, because that's what I wanted to see. I play Jinx, I don't know what I'm doing, and then I like played against them, and I was like, okay, this is hype. Look at the little boot. I was saying that when the cats hang out back there, it looks like he's a Khajiit, and this is like his store. Khajiit has wares, exactly.